The truth is that you suffer in this life one way or another. Y'all ain't talking in here. The truth of the matter is that we suffer hardship, disappointment in this life one way or another. And the truth is that it's coming whether you want it to come or not. And the difference is how you handle it as a child of God. Can I get witness in here? Well, what I want you to understand is that everybody doesn't handle trouble the same way. The truth is that some of us, when trouble comes, we do something that I think is pretty stupid. We allow the devil to isolate us, separate us from the saints of God, keep us by ourselves, so that all we have is our own depression. And then we throw a pity party. We invite discouragement, jealousy, envy, self-pity. We tell them to come to the party, and we party all night long. And then we sit around feeling sorry for ourselves. Preach, Lynch, they ain't talking to you. And then we wonder how come nobody want to hang with us no more. I'm here to tell you, I don't need no sad Sallies hanging around me. If all you want to do is look like you've been sucking on lemons and been inoculated with pickle juice, I don't need nobody like that in my life. I'm here to tell you, I can feel bad, do bad, all by myself. Y'all ain't talking in here. Is there anybody else who says, preach, I'm tired of these leeches pulling me down? The moment I start rising up in God, here comes somebody out of nowhere. The moment I start rising up on my job, here comes foolish folk pulling me down into the captivity of what I used to be. I'm here to tell you, my brother and sister, you don't need any enemies if you are able to subdue your own self. Did you know that sometimes you're your own worst enemy? Did you know that if God turns you over to yourself, that you would self-destruct? The truth of the matter is that a lot of us in here, if it wasn't for God on our side, we would have smoked ourselves to death. We would have drank ourselves to death. Ain't no real folk in here today. Some of y'all in here would have ate yourself to death. I'm here to tell you, my brothers and sisters, sometimes our greatest deliverance is from ourselves. Paul, like all of us at some point in his life, had to battle with himself. He had to face a struggle that was within. And so when Paul comes to this text, he's excited about preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. He's excited about the ministry that God has deposited inside of him. And Paul says that we have something as believers that other folk just don't have. He said that there's something that believers have that sinners just don't have. Let me talk to the sinner for just a moment. Let you know that when you see saints going through but rejoicing at the same time, it's because they have something that you don't have. When you see folk who are going through the worst times of their life and yet they come out with a smile, it's because they have something that you don't have. Can I talk to somebody in here that's a preacher? I've been through some stuff that other folk would have died and given up in, but I thank God that God brought me out with a smile because I had something that the sinner didn't have. What you got? I got a connection to the Father that supersedes the pain, my suffering, my anxiety, and even when I feel like I'm losing my mind, preach pastor, there is a peace that passes all understanding.
Thank you, Lord.
Paul said, listen, I want y'all to understand, greater works. It's not that I have not gone through. I've gone through it, but I handled it differently than some of y'all did. He said, when I went through, I didn't start posting on Facebook about how hard it was. Uh-oh. He said, when I went through, I didn't text everybody. I didn't put it on Twitter. I didn't send for emails and texting telling how hard my life is. And let me just pause and tell somebody in here, stop looking for folk to feel sorry for you. Let me preach to the choir. Stop looking for folk to feel sorry for. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you. You know why? Because whatever mess you got in, you did it to yourself. Somebody shout hallelujah. Oh, Pastor, the devil been busy today. No, I told you before, stop lying on the Some of the stuff you did, the devil didn't have nothing to do with it. Look at this and neighbor, stop lying on the devil. The devil didn't make you act crazy. You did that because that's what you wanted to. The devil didn't make you have that baby. You did that because you wanted to. The devil didn't make you drive and lose your license. You did that because you wanted to. Instead of blaming it on the devil, learn how to look at yourself and say, God, help me in this thing. Paul said, I've been through. Paul, what you've been through? Paul said, well, he said, I want you to understand they tried to kill me in Damascus. They threw me in jail when I was in Rome. They drove me out of Antioch and Berea. They tried to stone me in Iconium. They succeeded in Lystra and left me for dead. They mocked me at Thessalonica. They beat me with many stripes at Philippi. They plotted and schemed on me in Corinth. Paul said, I want you to understand I was in a ship that got beat up and broken into pieces. I was let down the side of a building in a basket for my life. I've been locked up in jail. I've been beat by my enemies. But yet through it all, I've come out with power because God is on my side. Somebody shout hallelujah. Paul said, I've been devastated emotionally. He said, socially, I've been castrated. He said, I want you to know my strength has been annihilated. But some way and somehow, I walked out that thing with a smile on my face. And still, even on my deathbed, was able to utter the word, my brother and sister, I fought a good fight. Finished my course, preach, pastor. Kept the faith, and henceforth has laid up for me crown of righteousness.